Governor Greg Abbott says a new state law will stop Sharia compounds in Texas. This is Monday, September 15th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Welcome into Monday. Thanks for kicking off your week and the second half of September with the Texas Minute. On Friday, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick issued a stern statement taking issue with Governor Greg Abbott's order on THC. More on that coming up. Police are investigating an unnamed elementary school teacher in the Commerce Independent School District who resigned over what has only been described as a, quote, incident involving two students. Details have not been made public, but the district did report the matter to the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, as well as local law enforcement agencies. Superintendents are required to report any alleged physical or sexual abuse of students to the state via the Texas Educator Misconduct Reporting Portal within 48 hours. 3 Chinese nationals in the United States on visas and residing in Texas have brought a lawsuit against the state to block a foreign land ownership ban. The ban passed earlier this year prohibits foreign adversaries such as China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea, and entities from those nations from acquiring real estate in Texas. It also includes provisions to allow the Attorney General to investigate violations and initiate divestment actions in court. The lawsuit claims that the law is unconstitutional and will have a stigmatizing effect on society. Attorney General Ken Paxton has argued that the case should be dismissed because the plaintiffs could not prove that they would be harmed. While a district judge sided with Paxton, the Chinese nationals, represented by the New Jersey-based Chinese American Legal Defense Alliance, have appealed. In a fiery statement on Friday, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick slammed Governor Greg Abbott's executive order related to the sale of THC-infused products. The lieutenant governor described the order as giving the state seal of approval to the sale of, quote, dangerous psychoactive drugs. Patrick led the Senate in passing legislation multiple times this year that would have enacted a complete ban on THC-infused products, including the Delta-8 and Delta-10 synthetics. The House followed suit in the spring, leading to a veto by the governor. House members were unable to vote on the issue during the first special session due to the Democrat quorum bust, and then left the THC legislation untouched during the second special session. Last week, the governor issued an executive order banning sales to anyone under the age of 21, requiring age verification for all purchases, and restricting how close stores can be to schools and churches. Governor Abbott described the order as providing, quote, safety for kids and freedom for adults. Lieutenant Governor Patrick said that THC retailers celebrated Abbott's order as legitimizing their business. The Texas Minute will be right back.
The media has an agenda, and having seen behind the curtain, I can tell you it's not what's in your best interests. That's why I started the Salcedo Storm podcast every weekday. Real talk for real Texans. The Salcedo Storm podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts.
During a ceremonial bill signing in McKinney for a law that's already taken effect, Governor Greg Abbott said on Friday that it will ban what he called Sharia compounds. He said the new law is necessary to ensure that religious freedom is not twisted into religious segregation. The law creates a framework for regulating an ownership model that critics say was used to sidestep state property law in the East Plano Islamic Center's planned Epic City and Epic Ranches projects. Announced last year by the Islamic Center, the projects were marketed as exclusive Muslim enclaves involving hundreds of homes, along with a mosque, K-12 schools, a community college, a clinic, and retail space. Unlike a typical subdivision, residents wouldn't hold title to their property directly, but would instead buy into a business entity that controlled the land. You can find details on that story and the others mentioned today, and to keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Aaron Anderson, Travis Morgan, and Brandon Waltons. Our producer is Nick Shepard. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Now go make it a great day.